Joining us now, Congressman Byron Donalds from House Oversight. Okay, I'm going to take you back to the Wayback Machine. Just think back like we're in 1980, 1990s, 2000s, and somebody told you that the White House and Democrats would stay silent on the illegal protests at the homes of Supreme Court justices when the law says you're not supposed to be interfering or influencing any justice, especially the Supreme Court. So would you ever have foreseen that this is where we would be at now, that there's silence about this?
20 years ago, I probably wouldn't have foreseen it. But today, everything is fair game when it comes to the Democrats and the radical left. Because, listen, it's about accomplishing the agenda, first and foremost. Anything that interrupts the agenda, then all the norms that they love to talk about go completely out the window. That's what we're seeing here. This leak was a disaster for the court. But even bigger than that, to not condemn people protesting at the home of these justices is outrageous to me.
It's got to
Look,
stop.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want anybody protesting at my home. That's not going to work out well for protesters, I'll tell you that.
They're not allowed to set the norms. By the way, they're not allowed to normalize this and not allowed to set the norms for the country. They're not allowed. It's time for this to stop. I mean, the Supreme Court met today for the first time since that Roe v. Wade leak, and reports are coming in. They're going to stay the course and not be pressured by marches. But, Congressman, we've got Speaker Pelosi. She's going to lead Democrats at a protest tomorrow on the House steps. We get that. Free speech, that's fine. But Senator John Cornyn is saying that House Democrats are slow-walking police security for the justices at their homes. Why?
They absolutely are slow-walking it. They're doing that because they don't think they have the votes on their side of the aisle with certain members who don't want to vote for protection for Supreme Court justices. And let's be very clear, it's just for the 6 Republican justices on the Supreme Court. So those are the ones that they don't want to provide that security for. This makes no sense to me. Nancy Pelosi, I don't think, has the votes in her conference. That's why they're slow-walking this. Republicans will vote for it immediately. But if you've watched how Nancy Pelosi has governed the House of Representatives in this Congress, she does not want Republican input. She does not want Republican support. She only wants to have her members on it, regardless of whatever Republicans do. That's why they're slow-walking
We've got
this.
poll after poll show that strong majorities of Americans think abortion should be legal, but with restrictions. But also that right now, for the soccer moms and suburban school board parents, the economy is taking precedence right now, right? So that's where the debate is right now when it comes to the midterm vote.
It absolutely is. I mean, listen, obviously, abortion is an issue that is highly divisive in our country. It always has been. But inflation is the thing that is causing Americans to suffer. It is the clear and present danger for working families, seniors on fixed incomes, and frankly, all Americans at this point. You have a situation where mothers can't even find a formula for their children. That's the stuff that matters right now. The political decisions to come on abortion, on Roe v. Wade, that's a part of the political debate today, but it is not the full enchilada. It is about our economy. It's always about our economy. It's about people needing to be able to feed themselves and clothe themselves.
Well, you have former Clinton Labor Secretary Robert Reich. He's been criticized for over-the-top hyperbole, calling this a second civil war. We don't see that happening on the streets nationwide. And we also have a Democrat congressman trying to tie inflation to abortion. This next soundbite, I warn you, is disturbing. Watch this.
Well, I don't think they compare. I think they actually reinforce each other. So the fact that things like inflation can happen and it can become more expensive to feed your kids and to fuel your car is exactly why people need to be able to be in charge of how many mouths they're going to have to feed.
Your reaction, Congressman?
I just don't have any reaction to that whatsoever. I just found the comments to be completely obscene. We are talking about life, the life of unborn children. They do deserve to be protected in the United States. But to try to tie the reckless economic policies of Joe Biden and the Democrats to say that that's why we actually have to have abortion in the United States is outrageous. It's cynical. It's the worst politics.
Let's watch.
It's an awful statement.
We hear you.
Completely awful.
Understood. Let's watch Senator John Kennedy on what's going on. Watch this.
Well, look, we all see what's going on. An opinion, a draft opinion leaked from the Supreme Court. We don't know if it's going to be the final opinion. The neo-socialist left has become completely unglued.
Congressman, from where you sit, how did the leak happen? What are you hearing? What happened?
Well, right now, I'm not really hearing much on the Hill. This is something, obviously, the court's getting into right now. But it's pretty clear to me that one of the clerks on the left side of the court leaked this document because they basically want to see a political reaction that will influence the decision of the majority on the court. That's what's happening here. And this is actually destructive of the court and destructive of its very institution. It shouldn't happen in America. That person needs to be found and prosecuted immediately.
Congressman Donalds, thanks for joining us. Come back soon.